Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. It is Thursday, the 13th of July, 2023, and we're looking at these Joy Toy Infinity Panoceania, maybe Pan-Oceania, that might be better. Pan-Oceania figures. We have Padre Inquisitor Mendoza. We have the Noken Special Intervention and Recon Team 2 and 1, or 1 and 2, because I've got the boxes the wrong way around. Look pretty cool. These came 2-3 days ago. Only getting around to doing a review now. In fact, I've got a big pile of stuff to open up and review, and I'll hopefully get some of those done on Sunday, maybe a couple on Saturday night as well. Very busy person. Looks pretty cool. Loads of stuff that comes in the box there, but that's pretty exciting. Not sure I like that expression on the face, but it does look quite nice, and that scabbard looks ridiculously big, almost too big for him, but we will see. I'm also not very keen on the colour scheme of these, but they do look nice. She looks pretty cool. The helmet looks good. I love the hair coming out the back. I'm assuming maybe it's a face mask, since there's no hair on that and there's hair when she's got the helmet on. Looks cool. Very nice. Lovely paint apps on that face, but that's just a publicity shot. Got to see what it's like when it's in hand in a moment. But it does look good. Nice and armoured. How will it affect articulation? We will see. This is the male version. Again, looks good, and again, nice paint work on the face there. Okay, I'm going to unbox these, set them up. If you like sort of content, want to see it early, consider joining the Patreon. It's free for 7 days. You can cancel any time, including the 7th day, and it will have cost you absolutely nothing. So it is worth checking out. Link in the top right of your screen, and also in the video description below. I'll be back in an instant with these guys unboxed and set up. Stay tuned. Okay, here they are. I'm kind of digging them. I actually do like them. I'm not really keen on the palette, the colour palette, but they are really nice looking figures. Let's go for accessories first, left to right. So we'll go for Mr. Mendoza, the Padre Inquisitor. So I'll look at his gun he comes with in a second. But he also has another gun, which looks like a bit like a las gun of sorts, I guess. Let's get a focus on there. It's nice looking. Needs some more sort of dry brushing on it, but it's pretty cool. Needs a drilled barrel. Come on, Joy Toy, drill the barrels. But pretty cool. He also comes with 1, 2, 3 pairs of additional hands. So he comes with the almost obligatory fists. He comes with a right and left, almost thumbing a lifter there, but sort of more open hands. And he also comes with a left trigger and right gripping, which is the opposite to what he comes with. He comes with a right trigger and left gripping. Now this gripping one is a bit deceptive. It looks like the thumb is joined, but actually it's not. So you can pry it apart to put the sword in or whatever else. And then the other two, they come, they're the Recon or whatever else team. They both come with helmeted heads, which aren't identical, because for her, which around this one, she's got the little hole in the back to unplug her hair and plug her hair in. It's not actually a face mask, it's just a actual head. But that's a pretty cool feature. And they both come with 1 pair of additional hands, and it is the gripping right and left. So let's get a close look. Let's start with the Padre. First of all, that's his other gun. Does look pretty good. I should say he also has this stupidly big scabbard. Look how big that hole is for his little sword. That sort of goes over. I took it off because it's a bit too. Yeah, it needs a string, not a plastic. Whatever it's called. No idea. I've gotten tie, cable, whatever. He does look nice. The face is alright. You know, it's better in hand than I thought it would be. Sword looks good. Nice blue effect on the sword. Nice armor. He's sort of reminding me of something with his lower legs, like an acid rain. Not the Nerina Sentinel, but something similar maybe. Looks good. I love this sort of scaled armor underneath. Now, if we take off this little sort of shoulder jacket here, you see that sort of scaled armor, cybernetic, whatever, shoulders and arms there. I can see this guy being popular for people to buy to use for customs. He's even got his neck as well. Look at that. Very cool indeed. Put that back on, he's going to catch a chill. And now he's not going to stand up, so leaning backwards. Okay. Now for the girl. Now both her and the guy come with the same weapons, so the same gun there and the same gun there. They also come with knives I should say, that fit in their little scabbards on their legs there, which are quite cool. And nice shaped knife. The Padre, I didn't mention, I should have mentioned. He has a pistol, as these guys do also. A nice big holster, and it is a pretty nice looking pistol, has to be said as well. The holster's massive, but at least it does clip shut to keep everything in there. The jacket comes off these guys, so that she's quite armoured. The face is not bad, pretty good. Then him, same guns again. And that face sculpt does look pretty good with the paint apps there. Nice looking figure. Same knife, same pistol. His parts are mainly the same as hers. Obviously, he doesn't have the same breastplate. He's got a different chest plate, obviously, being a man. Again, this jacket can be taken off. They look pretty cool without it, and also makes it a lot easier for painting. Backpack is a backpack that can be taken off, which is nice as well. That can come off too. Very, very nice. Good all-round looking figures. Articulation I will show on the Padre and one of the others, I think. So let's take the Padre's sword out of his hand first of all. He grips it really well. Sword will go into the scabbard, but it seems like such a too big. You think, yeah, it's going to be a massive wide sword. It's this thin little blade that comes out. Okay, let's take the gun off. Now, I did notice something with him, which I'm assuming is the same on them. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is the same, but I'll check in a second. And that is, take his jacket, take it off, that they have the barbell wrist articulation. Like, yay, my favourite articulation for wrists. He's got it. I'm assuming they have it too, but I'll check when I get to them. Okay, so articulation, head, left, right, side to side, up and down, pretty good. Shoulders all the way around. The outwards I'm a bit worried about because that bulk and that sculpt really joystick could have done making that shoulder there slightly more less, so you get a better angle than this. But those sort of metal sinew cable shoulder muscles, whatever, do look really quite good. People are going to ask, can you take off the chest piece? The answer, I think, is a no. It looks like it's just one piece part of him. Okay, so let's continue. Bicep. Look at that. Well done, Giotto. He gets over 90 degrees on both hands. The wrist, the hand's a bit big like I said, but it is a barbell system, so you need a slightly bigger hole. But that's fantastic for the wrists and the hands articulation. Trunk, hardly forwards, hardly backwards, side to side, and you can turn. Waist. Is there a waist on him? Seems solid. I can't get a moon out of that without. Well, I'll tell you what, now he's moving. Very stiff waist. So waist and the trunk forwards. Backwards is great. Forwards not really because of the lower part here. Side to side is pretty good too. Hips, very much got chunky legs. More of that armour you see there. Not bad to be fair. Pretty good. Forwards, the sculpting against the waist is not great. Backwards, here's cloak, which you could take off. Gets in the way, but otherwise backwards is pretty good. There should be a thigh twist. Yeah, it's a double kneecap. He's got that little kneecap thing there, which sort of looks a bit ugly when it's like this, but it's alright. Gets over 90 degrees, which is nice. Chunky feet. He gets a good swivel. Tippy toe is fantastic. Dorsiflexation is not amazing, and he's got toe articulation too. So decent articulation all around, has to be said, and a nice looking figure. It's ripe for some paintwork, I think. But nice looking figure. Okay, let's show on her since she is close and she's got more articulation. Her hair is articulated. We can look at the wrists as well in a second. So hair is on a little ball, so it goes around in all sorts of directions and pops out, so be careful. Actually, it's a peg, it just turns, but you could get a bit more motion on it. And then head, Yeah, it's alright, not bad. Shoulders look to be better than the named character, but she's still only getting sort of 90 degrees or just about, so more than the named character before she stops. Biceps, will she hit the magic 90 or more? The answer is she's got less than the other guy, but it is still 90. Wrists. Yep, it is a double barbell, my favourite system, but they are pushing at the wrist and arm this small. So she gets movement in all directions. Not great movement, I have to say. That's a bit better now she's warmed up, but she's got it and she can turn. Jacket can come off, looks pretty good underneath. Trunk is pretty good, forwards, backwards, side to side, and turning. The waist should be there. There we go. So together with the waist, forwards is alright. Backwards is a bit smaller. Sideways is a bit small again. Hips further than Bossman on one side, but something's obstructing the other leg. Forwards is a lot better. Backwards is about there, so it's not bad. There's a thigh cut twist we can see. Double kneecap, nice and tight in the legs, which is cool, though the joint does feel a bit loose, which is a bit worrying. Decent tippy toe, going to be a pretty bad dorsiflexation as I push that up. Dorsiflexation is going to depend on how far I push up those sort of ankle armour there. So it's alright. She's got the swivel. She should have a swivel somewhere. There we go. Got a swivel and she's got toe articulation too. Okay, let me just pause this, get these three standing up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. Okay, they're set up. You can see that I've changed her head to the helmeted head. It's not actually on properly. I need to heat up the head for that. But it looks pretty cool. Size, they're about the same. So he is approximately 10.5 cm, a little bit under 10.5 cm, and touch a fraction under 10.5 cm, as you would expect. Comparisons, use the Minor Sentinel. Yeah, not him. It's not Nuno Sentinel there. Remember, someone else is the lower legs, I think. So compared to Acid Rain World, they could be the same universe. They scale perfectly well as you would expect. Look really, really quite good. If I compare to the a War of Order figure, which really hard to get hold of anymore, which is a shame. This one I keep showing him. I need to fix his ankle. And you can see that they scale perfectly well with the War of Order figures too. If we compare it with another Joy Toy or another couple of Joy Toy Infinity figures, we get an idea of how this scale ranges in terms of its sizes and whatnot. And so I'll use my broken Margot, who I got recently. The Joy Toy are sending me a replacement, but we don't need her arm to see how big she is. And as you'd expect, being the same toy line as say company, they scale very well together. And then we use from the same set the rather large Sergeant Duroc. I've just got one gun in his hands at the moment. Let me get this stand up first. And this guy, if you've not seen that video, is just basically just a big uncle, a wolf or werewolf or something. But bear in mind, he's 1/18 scale, and he is an absolute giant of a figure who was standing up so nicely until I decided to touch him. Okay, he's looking good now. He's just absolutely massive, and you can see the sort of range of figure sizes for the same scale from the same game system that's in Corvus Belli Infinity, and also that Joy Toy here are making. Great free releases, another free great releases from Joy Toy. You know, if you're into sci-fi, never played a game, doesn't matter. It's good to pick them up. Into customization, they're great to pick up as well, just to do some paint and work and whatnot. So I think they do look really quite good, and they'll slot into a lot of universes. They'll slot into Star Wars. You can almost make Mandalorians out of them. They'll slot into 40k, maybe, possibly 40k. They'll slot into Annex 2079, etc. Okay, this is Awesome Action Story signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, consider joining the Patreon, free for 7 days, link in the video description below. Cancel anytime, you won't get charged a penny, and I'll see you in the next video that I'll make soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.